Hello, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Box Score. I'm Brendan Taylor, and with me to my right is Jacob Gummerson. How are you doing today?
It's great. It's great to be here. This is my hat of the day. This Blue Jays hat I got when I was in Toronto. You won't see me wearing Blue Jays stuff that often because I like the Cardinals and Yankees, but I love the merchandise. As well as IU beating Purdue in basketball, that was also really good. Seahawks in the Super Bowl. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It's great to
Yeah.
be here.
If you couldn't tell by Jacob mentioning like three things, and yeah, if you couldn't tell by him mentioning three things, we have a lot to talk about today. I made a
A lot.
list of things we have to talk about, and it feels like and
Yes.
it fills up my entire phone screen. So it's a lot. Now we're gonna start with non-NBA news.
Yep.
NFL. My apologies, NFL,
We will
because
talk about NBA.
we will talk about the NBA. But there was a lot of NFL news, mostly about head
Yeah.
coaches. But there are
Yeah. No
some
kidding.
that but before we do, let's talk about non-NFL news. Starting off with my New York Mets trading for Freddie Peralta from the Milwaukee Brewers for Jet Williams, and I think his name is Brandon Sprott, if I'm not wrong. Um,
That
as a Mets fan
sounds
myself,
correct.
I witnessed the hellhole that was the second half of last year. The reason why we were so bad
Yeah.
was pitching, pitching, pitching. We fixed that. We fixed the relief pitching. Well, we did get rid of. Well, not get we didn't get rid of him, but Edwin Diaz did leave. We signed Devin Williams, signed Luke Weaver. I think we signed a couple other people, but I can't remember any of them. But starting pitching, we didn't really fix until we signed traded for Freddie Peralta. We needed this. It was absolutely necessary that we had to get at
Very.
least one starting pitcher. We might get another one, Framber Valdez. I don't know, but we needed at least one, and Freddie Peralta does fit that role. We do need to re-sign him though.
As a St. Louis Cardinals fan, I'm very happy to see him leave the Central. He's a great pitcher. I don't know what else I can say. The Mets needed this badly. This could be a piece of their puzzle they need to get to the next step and winning or making a World Series because they have the roster, they have the talent. They just got put all together, and something they struggled with very late last year was pitching in the bullpen. So hopefully this could kind of resolve that issue, and the Mets can, you know, do better moving on forward when it comes to their pitching.
Yep. And over on the other side of New York, moving from Queens to the Bronx, Jacob's second team, kind of ish, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of ambiguous as to what his stance on the Yankees are. I mean, I know he does like them, but I don't know exactly like how much he likes them.
I'll explain it in a second.
Yeah. The Yankees re-signed Cody Bellinger. It's like 5 years, $162 million, something like that. Again, a move that the team that made the move needed. They needed to re-sign Bellinger. There was no other options. Kyle Tucker got signed to the Dodgers. Luis Robert got traded to the Mets. You had no other options. You had to get Cody Bellinger. There was nothing else you could have done.
I'm like so. Look, I am my number one team is the St. Louis Cardinals. But that's my mom's side of the family. My dad's side of the family is Yankee fans. I'm not saying I'm picking my mom's side over my dad's side of the family when it comes to baseball. It's not. It's just my grandpa Steve. I should give him a shout out. He's the one who I think truly, I would say, introduced me to St. Louis Cardinal baseball. I went to a game in Bush, and I'm like, you know what, this is my team. So that's kind of how it happened. I actually went to the Cardinal Stadium, like what field, whatever you want to call it, and it was amazing. I've been a fan since 2019. But for the Yankees, though, this is a great re-signing, very needed. Obviously, the Yankees weren't. I mean, they're the Yankees. I mean, they don't ever put it all together, but hopefully they can this year. Because man,
I
those
mean, they have
Dodgers
in the
are
past, but they haven't ever since me and you
oh
were
09.
alive. Yeah, alive. Oh nine. Ever since oh
I
nine.
was alive. Just
Well,
I
you
wasn't even
were.
1 years
Well,
old
we
yet.
were both alive. We were both just like little babies. We didn't know about the Yankees or pretty much anything at that point. But
No kidding.
moving on from the MLB, we're going to basketball. First, the NBA. Might talk about a little bit of college. Mainly, he will. I will
I'd love
advise.
to.
I will advise Purdue fans, if you are watching, skip that part. I will tell you when it comes up. But we're first going to start with the
They can stay.
NBA. It's really only one thing, but it is a massive thing. Giannis is most likely going to be traded at the trade deadline. As I said, well, not as I said, but actually, I just want to say real quick, we recorded like for 7 minutes up till this point, and then I saw that Jacob's mic wasn't like on. Well, what was on,
Fault.
but
It is his fault.
it was my fault. I will take blame for that, but it wasn't like
Thank you.
on the recording, so you couldn't hear him. So restarted. But as I said in that recording, which obviously won't be posted, but as I said in that recording, this is a monumental time in the NBA. This could shake up the NBA for years, if I'm going to be honest with you. A trade with Giannis, it could shake up the NBA for years.
I mean, as a huge Pacers fan, we play him so many times a year. We played the Bucks last year in the playoffs, and I believe the year before that as well. He's been one of the faces of the NBA for the past decade. I mean, he's a multiple-time MVP. He won a ring with the Bucks. I want to say in 2020. Was it 21 or 22?
21, because it was after COVID.
It was after COVID. Good call. So he's done what he's needed to do with the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, I think it's time to move on. Sure. Wherever he goes, he's going to make an immediate impact on that team. I truly think so. I know he's starting to get up there in age. I will say that, but he's still just an unbelievable player. Personally, as much as I hate saying this, I think he's going to be a New York Knick.
Yep. I do too, obviously, but that's because I'm a Knicks fan. If you couldn't tell, well, can they see the hat right there? Kind of, maybe ish, but
bit.
it kind of
I
blends
mean,
in with the
they do
Mets
have
hat.
Cat.
It does
They have
blend in
Cat.
with the
He's
yeah.
terrible.
But we're probably going to trade him in the deal for Giannis. If I'm going to be honest with you,
Exactly.
that's what I've heard.
That's what makes
I've heard
sense.
so
So
many
we'll see.
things about
That's
Cat getting traded.
all the trade rumors I've seen is Giannis, like for Giannis for Cat and a bunch of other like picks and maybe some other players, whatever you want to call it. It's a very realistic deal. I think could get done. Do I hope it happens to the Knicks? No, God no.
Do I hope it happens for
I
the
don't.
Knicks? Yes, of course. I would love for that to happen. I don't know if you.
We'll see what happens, but I mean, based off all the rumors I've seen on social media and all that, and all the insides, the Knicks have been the main team I've seen for getting Giannis.
Yeah. I mean, there are some other teams like the Raptors and the Warriors, and possibly some other ones involved. I think maybe the Sixers got involved, but I don't know what they'd have to trade for them. But there have been other teams involved in trades with Giannis. Now, for you Purdue fans out there, Jacob, don't say anything yet. For you Purdue fans out there, I would advise you to skip this part if you don't want to hear your team get roasted for like a minute or two. So, skip this part. Come back when we're done talking about Purdue, or mute it. Skip it or mute it. I don't care. But just leave this part out and come back when we're done with it, or when he's done with it. Take it away.
Do I have the floor? Am I good?
You have the floor. You have the floor.
All right, let's do it. So since IU wins the football national championship, Brent's over there grinning. Purdue has not won a single thing since IU's won the championship, at least against IU, and just basketball in general. We beat them in men's swimming, which I saw that, and then we beat them inside Assembly Hall at IU, Purdue versus IU. All the people saying, "Oh, just wait till we take this game on the hardwood floor. We're gonna kick your guys' ass." No, IU. That was the best IU basketball I've seen them play seriously all year. And Purdue is a really good basketball. I mean, they're a basketball school. They suck at football. But I think they suck at basketball too sometimes because they're losing to unranked IU. Oh no, seriously. That all jokes aside, Purdue's a great program for basketball. But they're not IU. They just can't get over. They can't beat the Crimson. The Crimson and Red. What Crimson and Cream? Is that what their old nickname used to be?
I don't know. But the Crimson.
Whatever it
I hear
is.
Crimson, I think Alabama. I don't think about
I
Indiana.
Alabama, yeah. But whatever it is, Purdue will always be the little brother of IU when it comes to sports. All right, just remember that. All the Purdue fans talked all this smack on social media, like, "Oh, yeah, we're not a football school, but we're good at basketball. So just wait. Just wait. We're going to beat you guys in Assembly Hall." Nah. IU wins again. 3 or 4 straight victories against Purdue. in men's basketball. It's been amazing, and I hope the streak, continues because it's fun to watch seeing our rival lose over and over and over again to us, to the Hoosiers. So yeah, that's my random Purdue. Purdue sucks. IU is still the superior school in Indiana, at least in the Big Ten, because Notre Dame's pretty good at everything. So yeah, go Hoosiers.
Purdue fans, we're done. You can unmute. You can stop skipping.
Our Purdue fans have left the video.
They probably have. If I'm gonna be honest with you, they probably left. But if you are here, we're done talking, or he's done talking about Purdue. I never really did talk about Purdue. I don't know much about them for now until they play again, and
until they choke in March Madness, how they do every single year.
Until that may or may not happen. But enough about basketball. Enough about other sports. We got to get to the top. Not the topic. We got to get to the big stuff. And the big stuff is pretty much everything that happened in the NFL within the past 5 days. Cause, oh my God, did so much happen. I cannot even begin to explain how much stuff happened. You're just gonna have to hear from us first. Now, I do want to actually first start off. We were originally gonna start off with conference championships. I want to start off with something that we missed before, which was Sean McDermott. He got fired, and then Terry Pagula in an interview pretty much just like called out. I don't know who he called out, but he called out like somebody in the Bills organization about drafting Keon Coleman, and he said that Brandon Beane was being like a team player when he drafted him. It's just a mess right now in Buffalo. They did hire another coach. We'll get to that in a second. But for now, let's just talk about them. Them firing Sean McDermott, I think if they want to win a Super Bowl, I do think that they should have done that sooner or later. But the way that they handled it with Terry Pagula in that interview, it's just a bad look all around. You cannot be saying that, especially about a player that is on your roster. He didn't leave. He's still there. He might not be in the future, but for now, he's still on their roster.
Now he's still there, but dude, he's gonna want out to hearing that. That's insane. Seriously, that's one of the worst press conferences as a sports fan I've ever seen. Like, what are they thinking?
Dude,
saying all that stuff?
Some owners just don't know. Like, they just don't have a filter. They don't get when to say and not say things. I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm sure I could come up with some eventually. Woody Johnson.
I muted myself because I swallowed real loud. Almost spat out the water, and almost went all over my TV. Almost drenched my TV in my freaking propel.
Yeah.
In
conclusion with that, Terry Pagula is an idiot, but he's not as much of an idiot as Woody Johnson. Anyways, we'll get to the Jets later, but for now, we got to move on to another team, which is we got to talk about the conference championships first before we get to the rest of the head coaching news. Let's start. I know we're gonna have a lot to talk about with the second one, but let's talk about the one that first. It was just terrible. AFC Championship game. Patriots Broncos. Patriots win 10-7. Terrible, awful, bad. Whatever words you can use to describe something being bad, that's what that game was. Awful, abysmal, horrible, atrocious. I could keep going, but I'm gonna stop.
Obviously, you being a Jets fan, this sucks seeing your Patriots.
It sucks seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I literally, when it ended, I was just thinking to myself, like, how did it happen again? I was just like, how did it happen again? Dude, I hate the Patriots so much, and they did it with a quarterback from North Carolina, my school, or my favorite school. My favorite school, North Carolina. They did with a quarter. For people who don't know, because you don't watch college, North Carolina doesn't produce anything but Hall of Fame edge rushers in the NFL, and Mitch Trubisky. So the one player that we actually produce at quarterback who's good, and he and he goes to the Super Bowl with my least favorite team. It's just like, why? I mean, I got what I wanted, but do you ever seen that meme where it's like ballin', but at what cost? That's what it is. I'm ballin', but at what cost?
Yeah. I mean, North Carolina. They're a decent football school. I mean, they've produced a bunch of NFL talent. I mean, another guy I think you should also mention, Josh Downs. He's another great guy North Carolina produced. But seriously, the one year the Chiefs are down, they're down. Not even in the playoffs. The New England
This was the
Patriots.
year that everything was supposed to be different. You were supposed to have new AFC champions, new NFC champions, new Super Bowl winners, stuff we've never seen before, and it's just the Patriots going back to the Super Bowl.
New NFC champion though.
Granted, there is no Tom Brady, but still.
And then is that about it for that game? I mean, okay, I'll say
Pretty
this
much.
as a I'll say this as a specialist, a kicker, punter, long snapping nerd. 4 missed field goals in one game was that I almost want to
I think
just
one of them was a block. One of them was definitely a block.
one was tipped.
One was tipped. One was from like 60 yards. The other two I don't remember.
Misses. I mean, it was hard to watch. I mean, I'd rather put on a blindfold watch the game, and it was so hard to watch seeing all his missed field goals. But I mean, it's bad weather. It's windy. It's snowy. It's in Denver. It's a hard place to kick for anyone. I mean, I guess kicking in Denver is actually really good because due to the air and all that. But with those conditions, it just makes it so hard to kick in. But Patriots will be on to the Super Bowl.
It was a terrible game. I thought it was going to be good after Jarrett Stidham got that touchdown to Cortland Sutton.
Too.
I thought it was going to be a good game, but then the snow came in and ruined everything, and Jarrett Stidham started becoming Jarrett Stidham again. Unfortunately, that game was not good. Now let's move on to a much better game. NFC Championship game. Let me hold up before we even talk about the game. Let's talk about the disaster that was us trying to live stream it.
Okay.
I will explain it. I will explain it. So if you,
of course,
I'm almost 100% certain that all of our viewers are from the United States, but if you're not, we had in New York where I live. No, and by the way, no, I'm not just a New York fan because of no, I actually live here.
No, he lives.
I am New York born and bred. But anyways, in New York we had a snowstorm. That snowstorm gave us like 10 inches of snow. I thought with the snowstorm that the internet might be a little bit worse, but we'd still be able to do the stream relatively smoothly. I didn't think the snowstorm would mess it up that much. Turns out, when we tried to go live, we tried like 5, 6, 8 times. Yeah, I know I skipped a number. Don't mention it. But anyways, we tried a bunch of times and it just didn't work. It kept disconnecting. The stream was lagging. Everything was messed up. We couldn't get it working. I just decided it was a good attempt, but I'm not going to stream it myself. I can't do it right now. So I stopped trying to go live. I just sat here, watched the game. We missed like a quarter of the game because of this.
We did. We missed an entire quarter.
Because it was like 10-7, I think, at the end of the first. We missed like a whole quarter. And then Jacob just decides by himself that he's going to go live. He does it, and his internet's totally fine. I think the snow might have stopped where you were at the time. And also...
It was.
Yeah, and also you say you got new Wi-Fi, right? And it's pretty good?
My mom got new Wi-Fi the day before the snowstorm. Not just because of the snowstorm, because she just upgraded. But yeah, I wasn't originally going to do the live stream because I honestly didn't have the bravery or courage to do it by myself. But I'm like, you know what? What's gonna happen? What's the worst gonna happen? The Seahawks lose, and that's it. That's what would have sucked. But no, I really enjoyed it. I mean, we will be having solo streams probably, every now and then. I mean, if maybe Brandon wants to live stream a Mets game. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might do a Cardinals game.
We're going to do more live streams, definitely.
Live streams are definitely
Okay. Real quick, before we continue talking about the NFC Championship game.
Yes.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna try and get no, it's 7. I'm gonna get this out tomorrow. Tomorrow is in today as you're watching this, but tomorrow is in tomorrow when we're recording it.
Today we were recording this on a Friday, and this video will be posted on a Saturday. Is what Brandon's trying to say,
yes. I wasn't struggling. It's just I kind of said it weird, but whatever. My point is, Today, as you're watching this, tomorrow as we're recording this, we will most likely be doing a Royal Rumble live stream watch party. The only problem is I gotta find a way to put it on my TV because I don't have the ESPN, like the thing that you need to watch the Royal Rumble. So I'll try to find very legal ways to watch it on my TV.
If not, I'll just give you my login. I mean, that's probably what I'll do anyway.
Okay.
Because I have it.
You have it?
So yeah.
Okay, that might just be the move then. But we will find a way to watch it, and we will do it. And we will do it today as you're watching. Tomorrow as we're recording. I'm gonna keep saying that because it's weird if I just say today or tomorrow. But yeah, we will be doing that on the 31st. I'll just say that on the 31st. We'll be doing a Royal Rumble watch party. So tune in for that.
Brendan, when was the last time you watched professional wrestling? When was the last time you
When
watched
John Cena
WWE?
retired. When John Cena retired.
All right.
I watched.
I was trying to
I'm
see
gonna
what
go through.
you're at.
I think I watched the last one before that. I think was SummerSlam when Brock
Okay.
Lesnar returned.
Okay. So there might be some names you don't know. I watch wrestling
I will
almost
say
weekly.
I kind of keep up with it on social media. I don't know exactly what's going
That's
on,
the way to go.
but I like know kind of what's going on in a sense. So yeah, I know I know kind of what's going on, but not really everything. Only matches I really know that are going on are the men's and women's Royal Rumble match. I don't know much else about it. I will tell you for that stream, it'll probably be more of just us talking to chat rather than us doing commentary. Because I cannot do WWE commentary is so much different from regular commentary.
Oh my God.
Like they have a whole instead of like NFL where you're coming up with stuff on the fly, but you're also saying stuff that you like wrote down. WWE is just all stuff that is pre-written and you have to say it word for word. I'm not writing all the things for the Royal Rumble that these professional commentators do. So we're just probably going to do more of a conversational type thing. But anyways, back to the NFC. I'll let you. Yeah.
But yeah, it's having more in the NFL streams. Usually, Brendan does most of the commentary. I just kind of do the after. Wrestling has been my thing. I used to make little stop motion videos. I was a little kid with wrestling figures and all that. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I went to the Rumble last year when it was in Indianapolis, so I'll be very into it. But yeah, tomorrow will be, I guess, today, as Brennan says, it'll be more like a let's talk to chat type live stream, and all that. So if you can make it, we would love to see you then, and we'll have a great live stream and hopefully expand our audience to some wrestling fans because we have not done much wrestling, if any wrestling at all, actually. So this will be our
never done
first
wrestling
time
before.
So
in any capacity,
trying to expand our own. No, so hopefully we can, meet some new people and make some new friends and all that. And if people really like the wrestling content, we will produce more wrestling content. We do what you guys like.
Yeah,
people ask us to do
We will do. I will tell you this for wrestling, we're not watching Raw and SmackDown every time live on stream.
No,
that's not possible. We're not
every now and then. Maybe.
We will be watching. We'll do major pay-per-views at first, but like we might I'm not doing like the mini pay-per-views where like not everybody's gonna watch it, but like definitely WrestleMania, definitely SummerSlam, probably Survivor Series, and obviously we're doing the Royal Rumble. Money in the Bank, yeah, I'll do Money in the Bank, but we'll go through all that later. Let's get back to the NFC Championship game. we were supposed to be talking about that. We went on a whole rant about WWE.
Go wrestling. But yeah, let's go on to the NFC Championship game for the Seahawks. Obviously, an amazing win for Seattle. I mean, it was a great stream I had with you guys. Thank you guys again all for tuning into that stream, by the way. As a Seahawks fan, I've been a fan of the Seahawks since 5th grade, right? And I feel bad saying this because of Brendan being a New York Jets fan, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Again, last season, 10-7, 1 game away from the playoffs. 2 years again, the year before that, 9-8, 8th seed. Oh, I guess 1 game away from the playoffs. The year before that, same thing. Then year before that, it was Geno Smith, 9-8, 7th seed, and we got killed by the Niners. And then yes, Then COVID season, 12-4, second seed in the NFC, lose to the Rams in the wild card round.
I
So
don't remember that in the
it's
slightest,
been
but then again, I don't remember much from that year.
so as a Seattle fan, I've just been waiting for the Seahawks to have at least a decent playoff run, or at least some success in the playoffs. I mean, in my opinion, other than this year, of course, the last year I could say the Seahawks had somewhat success in the playoffs was, the NFL season 100 when we unfortunately hurt Carson Wentz, maybe even ended, put a
I thought
his
that was
career
I thought
was
that was 2
different
years
after.
before. I thought that was the year Nick Foles made it to the Super Bowl.
Nope, no,
Or did
Seattle
they do it
played
again?
that was
Or did he get hurt again? And that's what you're talking about.
again. This was NFL season 100. This was when, oh my God, I don't think it was Foles. But this was when Marshawn Lynch came out of retirement and played for the Seahawks one last time. It was that season.
I completely
First
forgot that
match.
happened. That got completely blocked from my memory.
But yeah, but still, I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's really cool. I get to see this. I mean, win or lose, obviously, I hope we win. Obviously, Super Bowl 49. I get reminded of that interception all the time by my buddies, teammates, friends, whatever you name it. It's happened. Hell, my dad does it sometimes. So it's just, it's just. I want this revenge on the Niners, not Niners. I hate the Niners, but the Patriots. Um,
Hey, you already
I'm
got
assuming
your
most of America.
Oh, your share of the Niners.
I'm assuming most of America is rooting for the Seahawks here
I
because
would
everyone hates the
highly doubt that
Patriots.
they're not.
But the Seahawks, I mean, I think they're a very likable team. I mean, Sam Darnold, man, what an amazing story he's had. The way he's turned around his career.
And
So
he
sorry,
started laughing.
Brendan.
And he started laughing. Of course.
But
Dude, I'm gonna say
it's
this.
been so
I'm
fun.
gonna save this once and once only. So listen up. If you are
I'm
going to
listening.
blame anyone for letting go of Sam Darnold, do not blame the Jets. He sucked with
No.
us. He was terrible. It wasn't a good situation. He had to go. If you want to blame anybody
Yeah.
for letting go of Sam Darnold, the Vikings are right. They're right here. They're right here.
Panthers.
The
Panthers.
Well, he was a backup with them. I don't know about the Panthers, but
No, he
but
was
the
traded there. He was traded
well,
to
yeah,
be a
he was
starter.
traded
Remember,
there,
he started 3-0,
and then
and then he sucked.
yeah, and then he sucked. But that was the point. He was bad. They didn't. They went 3-0, but they were still bad.
Then he went to San Fran.
Was back up, and then he went to
Yeah, for sure.
Minnesota, and then everybody was saying like, "Oh, he's starting. They're cooked." And then he started. They went 14-3, and in the offseason, they were like, "Do we keep him? Do we let him go?" They let him go to Seattle. He goes to the Super Bowl. They're stuck with a guy named Nine, and their GM just got fired.
I named nine. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's been
their
great
GM
seeing Sam Darnold. He's such
and
a great
I don't.
quarterback.
And I'm gonna say this again. I don't know if you heard. The GM got fired. He got fired probably in part because of that.
Oh,
And who
absolutely.
knows what's gonna happen with Kevin? Who knows what's gonna happen with Kevin O'Connell now? I don't know. Not that they would let him go, but he might want to go. But I don't know. We'd have
He
to
might
see.
want to go, but he's not a coach I would fire. I think Kevin O'Connell's a great
Yeah.
head coach.
I'm not saying they're gonna fire him. I'm saying he might leave, because it's just like a dumpster fire there.
For sure.
But
But
we have enough to talk about with coaches. Let's not dwell on that for too long.
for sure.
Let's enough with the conference championship games. Super Bowl picks will be next episode, by the way, so we're not going to do them here. We'll do them next episode. When would we be doing that?
Although I think we know who we're both going.
Yeah, y'all know who we're both going for, but when would we be recording that?
Wednesday, Thursday, something like that.
Okay. Actually, no, not Wednesday, because I got something going on. Thursday. We'll do it Thursday.
Bet. Sounds great. And we're
Watch
not
out
doing
for an
anything for Pro
episode.
Bowl. If you think
Yeah,
we're wrong,
no. We will talk about the Pro Bowl in a little bit. Actually, I might talk about it now because I'm Shador Sanders is in the Pro Bowl. I can't.
So did Joe
And
Flacco.
Joe
So did Joe
Flacco.
Flacco.
Oh my
What
god.
league are we in?
What are
What
the
world are we in? What's Deion
what are the
Sanders?
Pro Bowl voters doing? Trevor Lawrence is right there. I Trevor Lawrence is right there, people. What are we doing? Josh Allen
Get
is
it? Some guys
right
don't want to be
there.
there, but
Joe Burrow, I know he was hurt, but he would be a better fit than Joe Flacco or Shador. I'm just
there's
looking
that.
through.
But
I'm just looking through. Well, he's hurt. Justin Herbert, I guess, but like, really, it's just like Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence. You could put either of them in, but no, you put Shador Sanders and Joe Flacco. There's a lot of cooked stuff or a lot of weird stuff going on with the NFL. That might be the weirdest. Actually, that might not
yeah,
be the
no,
weirdest because we'll get to that in a little
no,
bit.
wait, no.
But that is really odd that they let that happen. But enough about Shador Sanders and his shenanigans. Um,
Yeah,
let's go to the endless coaching chaos that has happened since Monday. Because again, there was like a new news story on coaching every hour. Like I'm looking on social media every hour.
fair.
It's just something about the head coaching cycle and the coaching cycle and who's coming in and who's coming out. And it's so much at once. We're not even gonna get to it all, but we're gonna get to the stuff that is not important, but we're gonna get to the stuff that's most notable. Starting off with the Chargers hiring Mike McDaniel as their offensive coordinator. I really like this move from Los Angeles. I think McDaniel was always more of a offensive coordinator guy than he was a head coach guy. We saw it with the Dolphins. The
Yeah.
Dolphins' offense was elite when he first got there. I know it fell off in more recent years, but that was mainly due to his quarterback. But the defense was
And
never good.
then he was great with the 49ers.
Yeah,
He was a great coordinator with the 49ers.
exactly.
Too.
The defense was just never good, and that's his fault because he's the head coach. Like he couldn't manage the defense, and that's why he got fired. So quick little thing about that because we're not gonna get in depth on everything. Next up is another coordinator thing. Brian Flores signs extension with the Vikings. He will not be a head coach. I thought he'd go to the Ravens. He ended up staying with the Vikings. Vikings, big time move. They needed him there. Their defense was probably the best part of their team, because it definitely wasn't the offense because of you know who.
Special teams was pretty good.
Nah, I couldn't tell you anything about that. Just take it from him.
I know.
Big move from the Vikings getting Brian Flores back. Another person coming back is Eric Bieniemy.
I will say this about Brian Flores.
Okay, I'll let
I
you.
will say this about
I'll let you say
Brian
something about Brian Flores.
He is not a NFL head coach. He's not.
I
don't
think he did
think
that bad with the
we
Dolphins.
saw what he did with the Dolphins. I do not think he's an NFL head coach. I think he's a great coordinator. He's been great with Minnesota. Stay there. I think any team who got him would regret it within a season. I really do. I just don't think he's a head coach.
I personally thought he was a good head coaching hire for a team that hired him, but obviously nobody did. But I mean, we will never know because he's not going to a head coaching job, at least not now. Anyways, speaking of comebacks, Eric Bieniemy, after going through, I don't even know what happened with him. He went to Washington, then I think he went to UCLA, and then I think he went to Chicago or something like that. And now he's back in Kansas City as their offensive coordinator. The guy that led the Chiefs to their first 2 Super Bowls, maybe 3.
First 2.
Their first 2 Super Bowl. And then he left to go to Washington. But again, big move from Kansas City. They needed to get rid of Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
He is not good as an offensive coordinator. He is not good as a head coach. We've seen it. He's just not good. They needed to let him go ASAP.
Yeah, I agree. Matt Nagy needed out of there. I mean, this is the worst Chiefs team we've seen ever in a very, very long time since, they drafted Eric Fisher #1 overall back in 2012 or whatever, 2013, whatever year that was. So, yeah, Chiefs struggled this year really badly. Offensively, they are absolutely awful. So, this Nat Nagy needed out of there, and I think bringing back Eric Bieniemy will be a great signing for them for years on to come.
And now the uncertainty is in Mahomes and Kelsey. Mahomes obviously he's gonna come back, but the question is when. And Travis Kelsey might not come back; he might retire. But that's a discussion for another time. When news comes out that Travis Kelsey will or will not be retiring. But continuing with the coaching carousel, this is our first head coaching hire. We will be discussing Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens hired Jesse Minter, Chargers defensive coordinator, as their head coach. I didn't really know much about him, but I heard that this was a good move at the time. I think Jacob was actually frozen for a bit, but he's back now. Now as I was saying, I didn't really hear about him before, but from what I've seen, it seems like he basically turned around the Chargers defense, and it was a good hire. I'm not going to say that it was a good hire or not because I don't know enough about him, but I will say from what I've heard, it is looking good for Baltimore.
I don't know much about him either. I mean, obviously, trying to replace him. I was trying to replace John Harbaugh is gonna be a very hard thing to do, but we'll see what happens. I think we'll see what he can do. I don't know much about the guy at all, but we'll see. I really don't know what to say about him because I don't know a thing about him.
Yeah. I hope he does well. Obviously, me being a Lamar Jackson fan, I hope he does well. If you couldn't tell, that's a Lamar Jackson Funko Pop on the top of the shelf over there, next to the North Carolina football. Yeah, you can't tell, but I'm just telling you. North Carolina football right there, and then Lamar Jackson Funko Pop right there. Now moving on to their, not crosstown, to their cross-division rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers hire Mike McCarthy as their head coach.
They just don't want to win. They just don't want to win.
They went from a guy. Mid. They went from a guy named Mike who produces mid-season, who produces 9-8 seasons every single year, to a coach named Mike who produces 9-8 seasons every single year. They did not change.
Yeah.
Except they might have actually gotten worse at the head coaching position. And they have so many holes in the roster.
I'm with you.
And they have so many holes in the roster. Like, what are you doing at quarterback? What are you doing at wide receiver 2? What are you doing at tight end? What are you doing with the defense? What are you doing? Like, the Steelers are a mess right now, and they don't want to change. They're just. I don't get it. They just don't want to change. They want to stay in their little bubble, and they don't want it, and they don't want to move outside of it. It's like, you're not gonna win doing that. That's what they're doing. That's not how they won. I agree. That's not how they won in the 70s. I'll tell you that. But speaking of the Steelers, I don't know if you knew about this, but I think you did. Arthur Smith is going to Ohio State to be their offensive coordinator.
I love it.
They're gonna use They're gonna use Jeremiah Smith in ways they might not even use him. They might just go to their tight ends the whole time. Because that's literally what the Steelers offense was. It was all tight ends and running backs. They're gonna use that Bo Jackson guy, the Lamar Bo Jackson, which is insane that his name is that. I'm not even making that up. That's his name. It's Lamar Bo Jackson. Well, the Bo might be a nickname, but Lamar is his actual name.
Dude, Arthur Smith's gonna find a way to get Jonnu Smith in that Ohio State offense just so he could use him more often. I swear.
Hey, they're gonna see Jay Smith on the roster, and they're gonna be like, of course Jeremiah Smith's coming back. But then when they see Jonnu Smith coming in, they're gonna be like, where did this guy come from?
No kidding. Yeah, no, he used Jonnu Smith.
I don't know who they're gonna hire at offensive coordinator now, but we will have to wait and see. Moving on to a not former head coach, a head coach that recently got fired. He is now a defensive coordinator. It is Jonathan Gannon, who got hired by the Green Bay Packers. I mean, I don't really know how to feel. It's just like a kind of thing. I only brought him up because he's a former head coach. But
for sure,
it's just kind of more than anything.
I
he was
Who
good with
cares?
the Eagles, but like, was that really him, or was it just that defense being stacked as hell?
I think it's the defense just being stacked. I mean,
Yeah,
he's not an head coach.
he definitely not a head coach, but defensive coordinator, he might have more success. But we will have to see. Any of you Packers fans that came over from Tom Grassi's raid, tell me how you feel in the comments, because I know we do
We
have
do.
some.
We have a bunch of Packer fans. We have so many Packer fans here who have the channel. We have a bunch of them.
Yep. Moving
Bears
on.
fans too.
Next one. I told you we were gonna get through these quick. We're almost like half. We're like over halfway done with these. Next one is the Bills promoting their offensive coordinator Joe Brady to the head coach. When I said that Terry Pagula is an awful owner, I meant it. Oh, by the way, the GM, the guy that's drafted 2 Pro Bowlers since Josh Allen, he got a promotion.
Promoted.
He got a promotion to president of football operations. That's like that only happens to guys like John Lynch.
Hey, I don't get it.
Dude, that's what that's what happened to John Lynch and like the dude on the Seahawks because they were good GMs. Not guys like Brandon Beane, that's his name, who draft 2 Pro Bowlers in a span of like 6 years.
Beane.
That's his name, Brandon Beane. Although it's Beane.
That's boring. BEAN would have been cool.
Yeah, no, but they promoted Joe Brady. I have absolutely no idea. I think they were just impatient and they knew Daboll wasn't gonna. We'll speak about Daboll literally right after this, but I think they knew Daboll wasn't gonna be their head coach, and Philip Rivers dropped out of the case, so they were like, you know what? Let's just promote our.
I started laughing.
Yeah. Imagine him being the Bills head coach. That would have been funny as hell. But anyways,
I would have loved the Bills.
I would have loved to seen that for the record, but it wouldn't have been good for the. Well, it would be good for me. It wouldn't be good for them. But they promoted Joe Brady to their head coach. I don't even know. Was he even that good of an offensive coordinator? Like,
He's all right.
Like sort of, kind of. But then again, like I said with Jonathan Gannon, was it him or was it Josh Allen? I'm gonna go with Josh Allen on that one.
Josh Allen. He's good at playing football.
Yep. Speaking of offensive coordinators in the AFC East, this one is my team. The New York Jets, they did not fire him, but they did part ways with their offensive coordinator, Tanner Engstrand. I will speak on this one because I know more about him than you do. I know you were saying thank God because we were terrible, but I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why we were terrible on offense was not because of that guy. It was because of Justin Fields. It was because of the quarterback and the wide receivers besides Garrett Wilson. We had nobody. It was bad. The guys besides Garrett Wilson, we had like A.D. Mitchell, John Mechie, Isaiah Williams. Do you even know who that is?
Is he the guy who had that punt return touchdown?
Yeah, he had the
against
punt
Bills?
return touchdown. Yeah, that. And Mason Taylor's a good tight end, but like he's not covering
He's gonna
the
be
load.
good.
He's gonna be good, but he's not covering the load of like a Garrett Wilson when nobody else is around him to help him out.
Well, no.
Like you can't blame what happened with the Jets offense on him. You could blame what happened with their defense on their defensive coordinator Steve Wilkes, or on our defensive coordinator Steve Wilkes. He was absolutely awful. 0 interceptions. That you deserve to get fired no matter who you are. But it's just, I don't get it. I mean, they said that they were gonna reduce his, or they were gonna take away his play calling, and to me, I was like, why? Just leave him there. I'm not gonna say he was like a bright spot because our offense wasn't that good, but considering what we had, we could have been way worse on offense. So I think keeping him around for a year was the play. But I get why they got rid of him, because or why they parted ways, because he got demoted from his position before. He was like, I'm assuming this is what he was like. He was like, I want to be in my old position. I'm just gonna leave. And then him and Aaron Glenn were like, all right, let's just get rid of you. So
yeah,
that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, you watching at home had the same amount of interceptions this season as every defensive player on the New York Football Jets. Just
That is
letting
correct.
you guys know.
That is correct. I'm going to be told that for the rest of my life. But we are going to move on. Actually, one more thing. I said we were going to talk about Brian Daboll immediately after the Bills, but we got one more offensive coordinator thing to go. The Broncos
Okay.
fired their offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi.
Oh, Lombardi. Yep.
I don't really know much
Watch that.
about him. I'm only really bringing this up because it's the Broncos and they made the AFC Championship game, but they did fire the offensive coordinator, and I
Mhm.
don't really get why your offense wasn't that bad. I don't know why you would
No, what?
fire him. Was it just because he was unhappy with his place in the in the organization or something? I don't know why you would
I don't know
fire
much
him.
about
If you're pretty good on offense, I don't know why you'd fire your offensive coordinator. Must have just been a just must have just been like him not being I'm not being willing to, well, not willing, but just not being happy with his position in the organization. But
for sure.
next on the pecking order, we're finally gonna get to him. Brian
Brian
Daboll
Dable.
is hired as the offensive coordinator for the New York, for the Tennessee Titans. I like this from
I
the Titans. I think hiring, if they
I
were
do
to
too.
hire hold on, if they were to hire Brian Daboll as the offensive coordinator, Robert Saleh as the defensive coordinator, if they were to somehow manage to do that, and hire somebody else as the head coach, maybe like a young guy, like a new young guy, that would be a pretty good offseason for the Titans. The problem is they put Saleh as the head coach, which
I
if
agree.
you saw him on the Jets, was not the best decision. It's not. He said that he didn't really
I
do
hate
much
that signing
besides call
so much.
timeouts and challenge plays, but it's just the teams were not good with him. The defenses were good, but the offenses were not. They were putrid.
Yeah, very.
So
They were pretty
I
bad.
don't
Yeah,
get the decision to hire Robert Saleh still, but I do like the decision to hire Brian Daboll as the offensive coordinator
I agree.
for
I
for your team,
thought it was
Tennessee Titans.
defense. Was offensive defense coordinator.
Brian Daboll's offensive coordinator.
Oh, right, offense. I thought so.
Next up on the
I don't know
pecking
why. I think
order,
I.
we're gonna take a little break from head coach. Well, we're not gonna take a break from head coaches. We're gonna take a break from head coaching hires because the I'm gonna say the greatest head coach of all time, Bill Belichick, was not a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he got snubbed of the Hall of Fame ballot. I'll let you speak on this because I've kind of just been speaking the whole time. I'll let you speak on this quickly. Think it might be. Give it a second. It is frozen right now. Give it a second. It'll come back. There we go. It's back.
Um. Am I back? Okay, cool. Yeah, it froze a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't care about this at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Should he be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Yes, absolutely. I do think it's kind of crazy he's not. I mean, 6 Super Bowls as a head coach, 8 if you include him being a coordinator or assistant coach, whatever you want to call it, whatever he was. Yeah, I think it's crazy he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, he just screams Hall of Fame football coach, but I don't know. Seriously, I don't really care. Seriously, I really don't. It's something I don't really have much of an opinion of because it's nothing that I say. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, he should be
people
a
were
first ballot
making
Hall of
out to
Famer.
be like
Yes, but
the worst thing of all time, and oh my god, he didn't get into the first ballot. It's not that
yeah,
big of a
seriously,
deal.
so much. It's
He's going
really
to get in
not. I mean,
eventually.
it's wrong.
Why do we make such a big deal out of first ballot Hall of Famer? Like, I get it. Like first ballot, you
He'll
get
make
it
it
on the
in.
first
He'll
time.
get a jacket.
But if you
Get a
don't get a
jacket.
jacket in the first year, then like it does it like it's not like it does like as long as you get it eventually, then it doesn't really matter. If it's first ballot, second ballot, last ballot, it doesn't matter. But yeah, enough about that. Let's go back to the coaching chaos, as I like to call it. The Browns hire the
Yeah, it
former
is.
Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken as their head coach. This move proves to me that the Browns had literally no other options. They had their defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz,
I agree.
Todd Monken, and that was pretty much it.
No one wants to be a Browns coach. I think it's honestly that too.
I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't want to be a Browns coach either. They literally have nothing going for them besides Myles Garrett. Also, did you see the clip of what's his name, Emmanuel Acho, where he was like, Shador shouldn't listen to Todd Monken? You see that?
No, I've not seen that.
No, but he was
I've
like,
not.
no, but Emmanuel Acho, who for the record didn't do much in the NFL, he was like, he shouldn't listen to a second year player shouldn't listen to his head coach who's been in the NFL for over 30 years. That's pretty much what he said. It's just ridiculous the things that some people say on like podcasts and stuff. I know we're doing one, but it's like ridiculous to see what some people say on podcasts and
I'm just happy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna expose this thing I said real quick. Okay, it was 2 years ago, right? We were all saying predictions for awards, which we'll do our awards predictions here soon as
We
well.
actually, no. We'll do that last. We'll do that last actually, because I forgot to write that down, but we'll do that last.
Brendan can back me up on this. In 2023, the year after Anthony Richardson's rookie year, I said he would be the MVP of the NFL.
You heard that right.
I'm exposing myself.
Your ears are not deceiving you. He did, in fact, say that in like 2024.
I regret it. Glad I'm exposing myself now for it.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
And I bring it up, and I bring it up whenever I get the chance to, because it is probably I'm not gonna say the worst take, but the most poorly.
It is my worst take ever.
No, it is the most poorly aged take I think I've ever heard.
Yeah,
I don't think there is a take that has aged worse, because not only did he suck, he got benched for Daniel Jones. Which he was
Flacco
for Joe Flacco, and then Daniel Jones, which is even worse.
Then Daniel Jones balled out, until he tore his Achilles. But hey,
and he's probably never going to recover from that. But who knows? Maybe he will.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
I mean, I hope he does too. Oh, man. Not just because I don't like to see anybody tear their Achilles.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to some of the things that.
Like that.
Yeah, like Todd, like Shador shouldn't listen to Todd Monken. If like imagine saying that an NFL player shouldn't listen to their coach. Like, that makes no sense to me. Even if they're not good at their job, you're a player, they're a coach. You should probably at least listen to some of the things they say. But what do I know? I just played football for multiple years. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next event. We have two more. One of them involves the Jets, not offensive coordinators, defensive coordinator this time. The Jets hired a guy named Brian Duker he was the defensive pass game coordinator for the Dolphins last year. We hired him. He used to be with the Lions with Aaron Glenn. He is now our defensive coordinator, first time defensive coordinator. I don't know much about him. I'm just going to say good luck to him because I don't want to say anything else because I don't know much about him. But good luck to him. I hope you do well. I hope you turn this team around. But knowing us,
At least you're honest. I don't know much about him, so yeah. Is this next one the one I've been waiting for you to say for the entire time?
The next one and the last one in this coaching chaos is the Eagles hiring Sean. I almost missaid it earlier when me and Jacob were talking on the phone as Sean Marion, the NBA player, but it is Sean Mannion from the Green Bay Packers. He was a quarterback coach, and he had been in the NFL as a coach for 2 years at any position.
Who is this guy?
Literally.
Who? I don't know who this is. Now,
it is insane that he actually got hired. And the thing is, it's not like the Browns where they had no other options. This is the Eagles. This is the team that won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They have Jalen Hurts, who is overrated, but still, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, and that's just the offense. On defense, they have Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. I could keep going, but you get the point.
And you hired
and you hired this guy? Either A, which is what I've heard, they interviewed people very late into the game, or B, they saw the toxicity that happened when
Probably.
Kevin Patullo was there and just backed down and said, "Nah, I'm not doing it." But I think
Yeah,
it
no,
was A because
If
people
he,
have said it was A instead of B, so I'm gonna say it was A. Just that they did it way too late to get
see, if this
anybody
was
that isn't
if
a
Howie
second year,
Roseman,
a third year coach.
Howie Roseman, he finds a way to find these insane coordinators and
I need to.
coaches, and I
I
don't know
also
how he
said
does,
this
but
on.
Howie
I
Roseman's a genius.
Yeah, I also said this on call with Jacob. I said I need to know who hired this guy because if it was Howie and Jeffrey, they might be cooking. If it was Nick, they're both getting fired next year.
I hope Nick Sirianni gets fired. I seriously, I cannot stand him at all. I
It's
cannot
just
stand Nick Sirianni.
like he's just like
he acts like a kid.
he's an like he's
He is
arrogant at point. Like
obnoxious.
after that Bills game, he was like, "Oh, who's talking now?" He's just so arrogant at times. Like he doesn't know when to just let it go. Like just move on, guy.
He's
God damn.
unlikable. He's just unlikable.
All right, enough.
He's
We
so
are
likable.
finally done with all the coaching chaos. It is over. It is done. Now, for
We
the
caught up.
last section, we have the we have the NFL awards. We have our predictions for the NFL awards. I want to make sure I have all of them here. Do have half of them. I don't. Okay, here's the other half. All right. Let me back out of there. Let's start. Where do we want to start? Do you want to just jump in straight away with MVP, or do we want to go somewhere else?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Let's go
Here's the
MVP.
MVP. I will list all the candidates first, and we will go from there. And we will obviously say who we think will win. We have Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, oddly, and Matthew Stafford. But really, it's a two-horse race between Drake May and Matthew Stafford. Me personally, I know Drake May went to North Carolina, but give me Stafford. Give me Stafford.
I'm gonna go Drake May.
I think
I don't know.
I think that Drake May was impressive, but just Stafford with the Rams, he had 46 touchdowns and like 8 picks, which is really impressive. So I can't deny that.
He had so many like 1-2 yard touchdowns to Devontae Adams. I mean, Drake May could do that
I
8 times better.
I mean, yeah,
See,
sure, but he still
who's
had
gonna win it?
less interceptions though. He had less picks though.
Who's gonna truly win it? I think Stafford's gonna win it because he's an old guy. He's running out of opportunities to win this award. But I seriously think Drake May is the best player in football right now. He's gonna be awful when he sees the Seahawks defense next Sunday, but we'll get to that when we do. But I think Drake May should win. But who the NFL doesn't pick Stafford. I just think that's just how it's gonna go, which is fine.
Yeah,
He deserves it.
I mean, I think they're gonna pick Stafford, but I'm sure that they but I think that they should go with Stafford anyways. But I'm just looking at their stats right now. If you're wondering why, I'm just looking at my phone. Um, yeah, it's kind of even on the stats, but I'm just gonna go Stafford anyways. Moving on to Offensive Player of the Year, we have Drake May again, Christian McCaffrey again, Puka Nakua, Bijan Robinson, and JSN. Now I will let Jacob start with this.
JSN.
Yep.
He was the best receiver in football this year. You can argue Nakua all you want. JSN was better. He was dominant. Now Nakua made the way more crazy catches, sure, but JSN was really consistent. I mean, first in receiving yards this year, broke the Seahawks all-time receiving yard record in a single season. Let me rephrase that. Most receiving yards in a single season, and I think as well as receptions. So, JSN is, in my opinion, the best non-quarterback offensive player in the NFL right now. He deserves this award. I think he is a big contributor to how the Seahawks made it so deep in the playoffs, and they're competing for the second championship next Sunday. So I'm gonna give it to Jason. Won't be surprised if they give this award to Christian McCaffrey. In all
I was gonna
honesty, but
say because he was nominated for MVP, they might give it to him. I do
I
think that
agree.
it is JSN, and I think it.
I hope to
I'll
God
give you.
wins it.
I honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you, I think Bijan should win it over CMC, but I think that the voters will go for CMC obviously over Bijan.
Yeah.
And then Drake May, just because I don't like Offensive Player of the Year being a quarterback award, which it isn't, I'm going
I,
to go with them last.
all right.
Anyways, moving on to Defensive Player of the Year. It's everybody else in Myles Garrett. I'm not even gonna
Miles
list. I'm
Garrett.
not even gonna say their names. It's everybody else in Myles Garrett.
It's
It is Myles Garrett,
it,
Myles Garrett, Myles Garrett.
yeah.
Breaking the all-time sack record in a season, you have to win it. If he doesn't, I know we were saying like we don't care about Bill Belichick not getting a first-round Hall of Famer. If Myles Garrett doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, there will be we will have to have actual conversations on how the voting process is done for these NFL awards.
Yeah. He will
I
win it.
will
And if he doesn't win it, the city of Cleveland might explode.
it
As well as Miles Garrett.
it will explode either way. If he wins, it will explode. If he loses, it will explode.
Yeah, no
But
kidding.
I want to shout out quickly Will Anderson because he has been a monster on the defensive side
Well,
of the
I
ball.
agree.
I want to shout
I
out
agree.
him. So shout out to Will Anderson, but Myles Garrett is going to run away with this award. Moving on to offensive rookie of the year, we have. I'm trying to pull it up. Give me a second. There we go. We have Jackson Dart, Emeka Egbuka, Travion Henderson, Tet McMillan, and Tyler Shuck. Who would have thought that Tyler Shuck would have gotten nominated for this award?
I mean, he balled out later in the season. I mean, there is all five of these candidates. I think there was a point in time of the season where people like he's gonna win it. Seriously, I think
Yeah,
all
it
five of these
goes.
guys have their
It
fair
goes
share of
like yeah. For the first few weeks, it was Egbuka. Then it was Dart. Then it was Henderson. I think
I think there's
no
Tyler
no.
Warren, the
But Tyler,
Colts tight end as
well, yeah,
well.
Tyler Warren is like there, but I don't know if he was ever in those conversations, like
Okay, I
for
thought he
offensive rookie
was,
of the
but maybe
year.
I'm wrong.
But I never really like I saw him as like a consistent player, but not like offensive rookie of the year winner. I mean, he definitely helped out my fantasy
All right.
team, but he I don't know about him winning offensive rookie of the year. But I think it's gonna be Tet. I'm gonna go with Tet because he had the most consistency. But if we're going
I agree.
highest peak, it's Egbuka. I wish he could have kept
I
that for
agree.
the rest of the year. And if he did, he would have easily won it. But I'm going to go with Tet for now.
Yeah,
Um,
I guess that's my guy to shout out is Tyler
yeah.
Warren. I think he's a guy who was very great as a rookie and is going to be a
My
top
I have
5
my own
and
shout out. Shout out to Armand Membu, offensive lineman appreciation. He is our either left or right tackle. He is our rookie. He is one of the best. I don't y'all might not get it because you don't watch Jets football, but he is honestly one of the best linemen in the NFL already, and he's only a rookie. He is that good. If you don't know about him, pay attention to him next year. He is that good. But moving on to the other side of the ball for Defensive Rookie of the Year, our nominations are Abdul Carter, Nick Emenwari, James Pierce Jr., Carson Schlesinger, and Xavier Watts. This is kind of meh. Like none of the respect to like Nick Emenwari and Abdul Carter and all these people, but like this is kind of just like like there's no real standout players here.
It's gonna be Eamon Worry or that Browns linebacker, the guy from UCLA.
Yeah,
God, the
yeah,
fourth guy named.
Schlesinger.
I don't know how to say his name.
Schlesinger.
I'm not even Schlesinger. I can't even say it, but him.
Yeah.
He's really good at football. Um, I think it's gonna be Nick Worry. I mean, he did miss a few games though due to injury. Xavier Watts, rookie from Notre Dame on the Falcons, he was amazing at Notre Dame. Really good as well for the Falcons. He's gonna be a top safety. I mean, him and Jesse Bates do a great job in the secondary with the Falcons. I mean, that duo is amazing. Um, Eamon Warrior was great, but I mean, the Browns defense was really focused on Myles Garrett. So I'm gonna go for Eamon Warrior. I mean, I'm a biased Seahawks fan, I guess. Sure,
I mean,
but
if
yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna be
gonna go.
real, if I'm gonna be real, I don't really know. I don't really have like anybody who I'm like they need to win. But I mean, I guess I could go with Nick Emenwari. I mean, I would probably go with him. But there's no, like I said, no real outstanding players from this one. All right, last
I
player
think
award. We'll go through this one fairly quickly. Comeback player of the
Which one?
year. Comeback player of
Oh,
the year. There is also an NFL. There is also an offensive lineman award, but you don't know enough about that probably to put your 2 cents into it. I could look it up.
I'll do my best. I'll do my
NFL
best.
lineman award. Actually, I'll do that
Sure.
quickly.
Yeah, we'll do that first, and then we'll go back to comeback.
It's called Protector of the Year.
Okay,
And
pause. They have an offensive lineman of the year. Where is the special teams player of the year? It doesn't even have to be a kicker or punter. It could be a punt returner. It could be Rashid Shaheed for all I care. But there needs to be a specialist award in the NFL. I am tired of the disrespect for the specialist. They need one. Seriously, I am sick of it. I am angry.
Jacob's just going off quickly. He's done now. Here are the nominees: Garrett Bowles from the Denver Broncos, Aaron Brewer from the Miami Dolphins. Which when I saw that name, I'm like, really? Because I didn't know he was that good, but apparently he is. Creed Humphrey from the Chiefs, Quinn Miners from the Broncos again, Penei Sewell from the Lions, and Joe Tooney from the Bears. I'm just gonna go Penei Sewell because he's the only one I really know. No Quentin Nelson. Again, I'm gonna say Armand Membu should have been nominated, but they obviously weren't gonna do that because he's a New York Jet, and they didn't get nominated for anything. No Pro Bowls, no All Pros, no award nominations, nothing.
No interceptions.
Exactly. All right. I'm assuming you're just gonna go with Penei Sewell too.
Probably. Although Joe Tooney was really good. I'm gonna go Joe Tooney just because he has a cool last name.
There you go.
That's my reasoning.
All right. Comeback player of the year. Here are the nominees. We have Stephon Diggs, Aiden Hutchinson, Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, and as Flight Reacts would say, Dak Prescott or Dak Prescott for the normal people.
Okay. I know this doesn't count, but Phillip Rivers should be at least on the list. Yeah. I mean, Duke came out of a 5-year retirement.
If Daniel Jones didn't tear his Achilles, he probably would have won this. Although he might win it next year if he keeps up the play that he had this year.
God, I hope
Honestly, you might. Hold on. Give him an honorary award for this year, and then next year give him another one. Have him win give him double. Give him two trophies.
Comeback player of the year. But no, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Out of these, I'm gonna go with. I don't really know about McCaffrey. I'd probably go Trevor Lawrence just because he had more of a comeback than McCaffrey did. Okay. McCaffrey was just more injuries, but Trevor Lawrence was a comeback, in my opinion.
I'm gonna see, but Lawrence is my number 2. He's my number 2 guy because he put it all together this year and he looked really good. I've been hyping up Trevor for a long time. I'm very happy he finally put it all together. I hate he's a Jaguar, but man, I've been saying for a long time he's gonna be great, and he's starting to finally put it all together. So hopefully he stays consistent because he is fun to watch when he is healthy. He's fun to watch.
All right.
And then
next coach of the year? We have assistant coach and then coach of the year. We'll do coach of the year last.
Right.
Assistant coach of the year. First up is Vic Fangio from the Philadelphia Eagles. He is the DC defensive coordinator. Brian Flores, who we mentioned before. Vance Joseph, the DC from the Denver Broncos. Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator from the Seattle Seahawks. And Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, in his third stint with the team, maybe fourth.
I'm not being biased, but seriously, it should be Kubiak. I'm not saying that as
it's going to be Clint Kubiak. They're going to give it to
I know I've given 3 awards to Seahawks players already, and I feel really biased saying that. But although I truly think JSN, Imanori, and Kubiak are going to win these awards, I think it's very realistic. All 3 of them can win these awards, but that just shows you how good the Seahawks have been this year. I hope to God he stays for at least a few more years, at least while we still have Sam Darnold.
I've heard reports everywhere that he's gonna go to Vegas. So I think he's gonna go to Vegas.
Because if he goes to Vegas, then K9 could go to Vegas. Then Charbonnet comes on new number 1. I don't know. I just hope he stays. God, that would suck if he left. But I mean, give him and Mendoza together, they will work magic. I really think so. But it's gonna be Kubiak. I mean, Vance Joseph's my number 2, but Kubiak's gonna win it. Three
All
awards
right.
for the Seahawks.
All right. Now, last up on the order, and last up for the episode, Coach of the Year, we have, for our finalists, not nominees, finalists, my apologies, Liam Cohen from the Jaguars, Ben Johnson from the Bears, Mike McDonald from the Seahawks, not Mike McDaniel, from who
No.
was on the Dolphins. He got fired, and he's
Yeah,
now
no
the
kidding.
OC of the Chargers. Kyle Shanahan from the 49ers, and Mike Vrabel from the New England Patriots. I want to give a quick shout out to Sean McVay because he was not
Okay,
nominated, but
I
he
agree.
he is a amazing head coach. Probably the
He's
best
phenomenal.
hire of the past 10 years.
I would agree.
But I would
Um,
also, he's not going to win, but shout out Kyle Shanahan for taking that injured roster to 12
oh
and
my
5
goodness.
and to a playoff spot. I just spit a little
Well,
bit.
they
But
won a
that's fine.
playoff game.
Yeah, they
They
did.
won a playoff
In
game,
Philadelphia against the Eagles.
but the Eagles
I
suck.
could
So.
talk about that all day, but I won't.
I'm serious when I say this. I could see all five of these guys winning this award. This is the closest
Okay.
Coach of the Year
I'm going to
like
quickly
ever.
I'm going to quickly say I don't see Kyle Shanahan win this award because he has won it before, I believe, and it's just he it's not that he like turned his team around. They were already good. He just made them better. I think they're going to give it to somebody who actually turned their
Yeah.
team around. So, it's really Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, Mike McDaniel, Mike Vrabel. I've said it many times on this podcast. I'm going to stand by it. Ben Johnson should win this award for taking the Chicago Bears to from what they were last year to winning a playoff game. That is certainly something to be proud of. I know he didn't go past the divisional round, but really, when you think about it, I think it should be Ben Johnson at the end of the day. I think I have a I think I know who you're gonna go with, but go ahead anyways.
I'll go with Mike Vrabel. I mean,
I thought you were gonna
4
go
and
with
13 to
McDonald.
13 and 4.
I thought you were gonna go with McDonald.
No, I I'm not. I'm not. I do. I want to pick him. Yes, but I don't think he's gonna win it. I think it should be Mike Vrabel. He's won this award before as well. Another guy I want to shout out is Liam Cohen as well. I mean, Jacksonville was awful. I mean, they had the number 2 overall draft pick. I mean, they traded up, but still. Then the number 2 guy got hurt, Travis Hunter. They had a great year, but they just did not do good in that playoff game. That's
Remember
kind
at
of
the
why I
beginning of the
picked him.
year when he had that whole Duval thing and everybody thought he was gonna suck, including me? Dude, when he did that,
Just because he can't say the thing where everyone said he's gonna suck. No,
I
that was
swear to
awful.
God, I thought he was gonna suck when he did that.
Duval, like,
Bro, that is
how
bad. But
yeah.
anyways,
I'm going Mike Vrabel.
yeah, I'm going Ben Johnson. That is gonna do it for this episode. This is a longer one because we had a lot to discuss, but we got it done in under an hour and a half. It was hour 13, by the way, recording, including
Yeah.
the extra recording that we had that I had to stop because I realized that Jacob's mic wasn't in the recording. But we got it done in under an hour and a half, and it's not even 8 yet, so that's progress.
Yes, I can go play Fortnite now.
All right, if you did enjoy, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, tune into our Royal Rumble stream on Monday, and that is all I have to say for now. Jacob,
Saturday, not Monday.
Saturday. I'm my apologies. I was thinking of the national championship. I think.
I remember we're filming. It's tomorrow, but we're filming. You remember what you were saying earlier in the podcast?
What I said when we were on our WWE tangent. But join the stream on Saturday. Like, subscribe. You know what to do. And Jacob, do you have anything else to say?
Purdue still sucks. Go Hoosiers. Go Hawks. We will see you tomorrow. Today for the live stream.
All right. See you later. Goodbye.